Probably coming in the swamp, scent checking this, or maybe even visually checking it. It's pretty open. He's gonna sit here. So a few weeks ago I was out scouting, summertime scouting. It's summertime scouting for buck beds actually. It's been my go-to here these last couple of years, and I'll explain why here shortly. As per the intro, I'm gonna do a quick little breakdown of a pretty cool buck bed I found a few weeks ago, summertime scouting. So here's my thoughts on summertime scouting. This is relatively new for me. If you would have asked me 10 years ago if I'd be scouting in the summertime, I'd be like, you're crazy. It's not happening. Bugs, dirt, filth, don't want to bump the bucks out, etc., etc. Excuse after excuse, my own ignorance. Now, being a family man, my time is limited, so I have to get in the woods every chance I get. And these last couple of years, I've spent quite a bit of time in the summer, and I'm learning to decipher some early October buck bedding from that vegetation. The vegetation growth buildup is a lot different in the summer than it is in the winter. In the winter, just blast through a spot, no rhyme or reason. If you don't have a distinct edge or terrain funnels, it can be kind of hard to find buck sign. I've been scouting when there's vegetation, and these walls of vegetation kind of force you to walk in a certain way. I talk about in the video of the buck bed that I pretty much found these beds by following, going around vegetation. I found some great buck beds, some great rubs, some big scraping areas. So I really liking the summertime scouting. But back to the bed. So yeah, I've walked this swamp where I found that bed a bunch of times in the winter. Just go right through it. It's when it's no leaves on it, you can pretty much walk wherever you want. Now it's grown up, you're kind of forced to walk in certain areas, and these areas, in my opinion, are where deer will walk come fall. You know, that October, mid-October, late October, there's still a lot of leaves and vegetation, and these deer take the path of least resistance, just like us. So I'm walking these deer trails now in the summer through the swamp, and these deer trails are giving up some secrets that I would have missed in the wintertime because, well, there's nothing stopping me from going this way. But if I got a wall of briars, blackberry briars, brush, I have to go around. And when you go around, you're seeing things you wouldn't normally see. And you got the overgrowth, you kind of got to get down your hands and knees a little bit more, and you're looking from a deer's eye view. And I found some really good buck sign. And like I said, you'll see in this upcoming video clips how good this buck bed is. I still need to get back into this spot because I marked it and kind of had to skedaddle, got family priorities, so I need to find an entrance and an exit to this spot. I got an idea where he might be coming out, but it's flat swamp. So as far as me bumping this buck out of this bedding area, these couple of beds, I highly doubt that he's bedding there this time of year. Mainly there is no food. There's browse, there's some old clear cuts, there's a gas line, power line, you know, a couple 100 yards away. So these deer are most likely feeding in these areas. You know, why is he going to be in a mosquito infested swamp when he doesn't need to be? It's far from food. He's guards down a little bit, and usually this time of year they're going to be grouping together, and isolated swamp beds, the odds of him using it this time of year is minimal. So me going through the swamp is going to be my new go-to, I think, in these next couple of years, because I can get super aggressive in spots where I know deer aren't going to be. So I can scout you pretty much a lot longer than I ever would have thought. You know, like I said, if I would have known I'd be summertime scouting 10 years ago, I probably would have did it 10 years ago, because the intel I'm getting is priceless. Starting to like the summer scouting. With the foliage growing in, it actually pushes me in a way that the deer would move. You know, when there's no vegetation anywhere, you can kind of just walk. But as it's grown up, there's little isolated pockets or little ways through this. I just came to that swamp there, following a deer trail. I was in this swamp in the winter, and you can just walk wherever you want. But now that it's grown up, it's, waist high. For me, waist, neck high. Sure, these deer go through there, but those spots, a little bit of moisture, it's very hard to walk, I guess. Bugs all over me, but I come right out and see that? That there is a big old bed. Hasn't been used recently. There's little bits of hair in it, but this is a wide, big bed. Single, like I said, in the middle of this swamp on a piece of high ground. There's a bed here, and you can kind of see where another deer was bedded there. But yeah, so this summer scouting is actually paying off for me. I'm learning this woods a little bit more and how deer might actually use this, come through all this stuff, especially in the real thick stuff over there. I mean, sure, you're going to walk through it. You can walk through anything, but the amount of effort to walk through something. Unpressured deer will just kind of take the path of least resistance. And out here, full growth, it's allowed me to, like I said, decipher this piece of woods a little bit better. Pretty rad. Yeah. Starting to like the summer scouting. It's pretty cool stuff. I'm on fire today. So, coming through all this stuff, water. You see that tall grass back there? Well, that tall grass is easy to knock down. So I pretty much followed from that last bedding. I went down in the swamp a little bit, started going through this tall grass, found where I was getting matted down from something walking. So fresh mud up on the grass leaves or grass stalks, whatever that thing would be. And I come upon this. Great swamp buck bed in the middle of the swamp on a really high piece of ground that probably will never get touched with water. And these deer are amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. I wish I had my better camera gear. I'd do a little better video on this, but this is all I got. Sorry. This bed is just amazing. I just can't. Perfect location. Water completely covered him. There's just swamp everywhere. And I wish I had better hip boots, because I'd go into this stuff over there. This stuff here, I almost went over my boot, so I'm definitely going to go over my boot over that stuff. Hip boots are a must. Man, it's awesome. I love this stuff. Well, let me keep on moving. So, to recap the video, summertime scouting is fun. Sometimes scouting is enjoyable. Sometimes scouting can help you kill bucks in the fall. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody enjoyed it. See you next time.